Well, hi guys, it's that time. It's our Bible Teaching Snippet of the day. Yesterday, I did a teaching about what you believe about God will determine what a person can receive from God. Now, I always like to put this in as well. Did you know God's not holding back anything? Okay. Our belief is what holds things back. Okay. What we believe. Okay. If someone told you that they had put $1 million in your bank account, but you did not believe that person was telling you the truth, you would never get in the car and go to the bank. Okay? But watch this. If I was told that someone had put $1 million in my bank account and I fully trusted that person to be honest with me, I would rush to the bank because I would believe what they said was true because my opinion of them was strong enough to know that I could trust them. Okay, so today I want to go ahead and teach a little bit more about this, and I'm going to tie this teaching from yesterday into the hospice miracle that I reposted. That's a healing, well, a miracle from 2 years ago that I posted. Okay. And that's when it was posted, and it happened a year and a half or so before that. So this is back in 2015, middle of the year. But I want to talk about this. I want to tie this together. Okay. So yesterday, when I told you that what you believed about God, your opinion of God is going to determine what you can receive from Him. And then I also talked about hope and expectation. And I'm going to show you exactly how both of these principles were at play that day for that miracle to happen. Okay. I'm going to read this one more time today because I think it's important. This is Mark chapter 11, verse 23 and 24. And this is in the World English Bible. And here we go. This is in red. Jesus said this. For most certainly I tell you, whoever may tell this mountain, be taken up and cast into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, not being double-minded, does not doubt in his heart, but believes what he says is happening. It's already been released and it's in motion and working right now. It's happening. He shall have whatever he says. And therefore I tell you, all things, whatever you pray and ask for, believe that you have received them and you shall have them. Now I'm going to do this again in the Passion Translation. Verse 24 says, this is the reason I urge you to boldly believe for whatever you ask for and in prayer, and believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Okay, now these are Jesus' words, and he's either a truth teller or he's not. And if he tells you that he's deposited $1 million in your bank account, now you have to decide, what is my opinion of him? Do I believe him, and will I act upon his word? It's simple, doesn't it? But sometimes, here's the reason that we don't always have enough belief to know that what he said and what we have spoken, we can trust that he will keep his word. I liken this verse to when believe that it is happening. When you say it, you believe it's happening. To me, throwing a football. I've already got the target in line, and I have directed that football, and I'm going to throw it with a lot of force so it'll get to my target. But here's the thing. There's an opposing team on the ball field. Their one and only job is to stop the person from catching the football and intercept it. We have the powers of darkness in the earth that will stop and intercept the pass that God has sent directly to us, and we think he didn't throw the ball. He threw the ball. Jesus, it is spinning toward us. But there are forces in the earth that want to keep us from receiving that pass, okay? And here's another thing. Our own religious stinking thinking, taking scripture and twisting it so we can validate failure in what we say and what we don't receive. See, we always want to say, oh, well, Jesus didn't really mean that, or he was just talking to these 12 people, but we will make up human excuses as to why we didn't receive the football, we want to say that God never passed the football, But a lot of times we don't even want to understand that there is an enemy working against us that wants to make sure we don't catch the football and make the score, right? And here's a bigger issue. Sometimes we do not want to see clearly that we need to be coached and trained on how to better catch the football. It wasn't meant for me to catch the football. That's why I didn't catch the football. And religion will teach you that. So I want to step into what I was talking about. The girl, this young lady calls another, they were really close friends, and she's telling her that they can't find their old pastor Poopy. And he had changed churches, and they had not seen him in a long time because the mom had been sick for 18 months or longer. Now here's just a side trail. Why is it that they can't find him? He's their pastor, and she is on her deathbed, and they have no idea where he is. He hasn't even been there to check on his sheep, his flock. Okay, let me keep going. But anyway, when they find this pastor, the daughter calls the Bible student, the girl that's in my Bible study that I lead. Okay, everybody gets to interact in a Bible study I do. This is not me taking the stage and making everybody shut up. No, I actually try to get people to talk and interact in it because we learn deeper, okay? So anyway, she's a part of the Bible study that we have, and I'm just the one that kind of oversees and guides and helps people grow, okay? So this Bible student tells her, well, Miss Faye wasn't coming to pray for her. She was coming to heal her. Now, this girl is not a Christian. She doesn't go to church. She's been stomped on by religion, and she's very hurt. And now, later on, she'll be hurt some more, but I talked about that on the video. All right, so when my Bible study student said, Miss Faye is coming to heal her, this girl had never even considered that concept, really, of healing. And so she told me later that day, she said, you know, I'm sitting there holding the phone thinking, oh my goodness, everybody's prayed for my mother and she's still sick and dying. I don't need people to pray for her. I need somebody to heal her. At that moment, hope came alive in her, okay? Because they were just calling to get somebody to pray over her before she died. And now all of a sudden this person, awesome young lady, don't back down. And she says, no, she's not coming to pray. She's coming to heal your mama. Okay. From that moment forward, around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, this young lady is watching the clock, waiting to get to that hospital. Not for Pastor Poopy. She has hope of healing. Okay. Remember yesterday I said that it's like, you know, at 10 a.m. you're planning to have pizza, and that could change. It's far out there. It's blurry. It's not positive. It's not 100%. It's a hope of a future event happening. But when you actually pick that phone up and you order that pizza, you know that it is coming to you, and you pretty much will be waiting at the door for the car to drive up because you know the guy is bringing your pizza. Watch, it goes right with this verse. It's when you hang that phone up from calling to order that pizza, you know the ball is spinning, it is in motion and in action, and it is headed toward you, and you are the receiver of the pizza or the football. Got it? Okay, so she starts hoping that healing will happen because that's what she actually needs. She don't need a going away prayer. She needs a miracle, a healing. Okay, so now her hope, she tells me this. She says, I'm watching the clock thinking to myself, this is what I need. And she can't hardly stay at work. Okay, so now watch. This ties right into what I was teaching yesterday. So she gets to the hospital. So this hope all day long of something happening, this healing, is working in her all day long. And when I get to the hospital and I walk in, that's why she's standing there frozen watching the door. She's waiting for her package to be delivered. The pizza that she ordered that day, right? Okay, now watch. While I was there, when I laid hands on her mom's hip and it immediately quit hurting, and she snatched my hand and forced it down on the ankle and says, here, lay your hand here. Her ankle wakes her up, partner. And it, of course, She sleeps for this 12 hours with no morphine, no pain shot or anything, and the mom gets up and completely healed and goes home. Now, she didn't get to go home. This was a Friday, and she was sitting straight up in her bed at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. Unfortunately, the discharge office was closed, and she had to stay there till Monday morning, but she did go home Monday morning, and she was out shopping at the mall on a Friday afternoon. That same week, she leaves on Monday, and she's shopping at the mall on Friday afternoon. But after I laid hands on the woman, and the daughter saw her go completely out of pain, now watch, now the daughter has shifted into expectation. Because watch, she tells me as I'm leaving that night, that afternoon, that, well, no, it was that night because I stayed there for 5 hours and I got there a little after 5. And so I have ministered to this young lady for over 4 hours and laid hands on for healing of her mom. But as I'm leaving, she tells me that it was the best day of her life because her mother had been healed. Now watch, she went from hoping at 1 o'clock in the afternoon to expecting me to walk in the door to her mother being completely healed. And this is the same thing that I wanted to show you in Scripture yesterday. Okay, hope came alive in her in the phone conversation she had with her friend. Okay, and then expectation took over as she watched the clock waiting for the arrival of what she was hoping for. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to hop off here, and I hope that this follow-up video has helped you to understand a little bit more about what I taught yesterday about moving what we believe and our opinion of God into a higher position where His truth can override all the doubt that's been put in us through church doctrines and even through doctors, that we can trust that He's already deposited healing in our account. And we've got to be high enough opinion and believe God to say what He says and believe what He says to where we know we go from hoping for something to expecting to be able to receive that miracle or that healing. So here we have it one more time. I want to just recap this real quick. We have to believe what we have decreed and said, that it is happening, that it is in motion, and it is in action, and move our human hope over to great expectation. It's here and it's mine, and all I need to do now is open the door and receive what He has given me. Okay, guys? I love you, and I will see you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.